No, no. For opposite sex, it's quite different.
Yeah.
But my question that you have not answered now: have you at any time have a male friend or a female friend that is now married and they treated you some sort of way that you didn't like?
No, I never had that. Enjoyed.
Good day, everyone. Thank you for coming back to my channel. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for your inputs. Yeah, thank you so much, guys. Much love. So today, you can see the panel here. Today's discussion is strong. It's mighty. It's shaking. I'm so excited to have amazing people. Like literally, the Lord has blessed me with amazing people. So thank you all for coming. Let me introduce my friends to my guests. And the first person I have on is Eddie. Her name is Eddie Diom Otong. First and foremost, a Jesus baby. She works in real estate and currently works with one of the biggest real estate firms in Abuja. She's also a teams coach and mentor, and she's all about enjoyment and wealth. Your sister, that's our friends. So to my left, my friend, his name is Victor. Victor Erondu is a partner at Everything Properties, also a realtor. Right. Now to my right, the married folks, my mommy, the most pretty, beautiful, elegant. Oh my God, I could go on. So her name is Graceful King Ayeba. She's a multifaceted individual who wears many hats. She's a devoted wife. She's been married for 12 years, guys. I asked her, Ma, how long have you been married? And she's like, yo, 12 years. I said, okay, it has to be in the profile. She's a nurturing mother, a skilled team coach, so herself and Eddie, they have that in common, and a successful realtor. And I'm like, okay, what's going on here? 1, 2, 3, left, right, center. The Lord, are you saying something?
Yes.
Should I go into real estate? And I have to my far right the married man in our midst, Mr. Josh, a husband, a father, licensed biotechnologist, an entrepreneur, and a community development consultant. So you guys see, I'm not about we don't do basic over here. So thank you for coming on. Thank you for watching. I hope, and I know you're going to enjoy today's conversation. It's on married and single folks. Now, the question is, I'm single and I have married friends, single, married male friends, married female friends, and it's overwhelming when your friend starts behaving a certain way just because she's married. And I'm like, okay, so did I become irresponsible all of a sudden? And your husband is telling you, oh, Tari with a short dress or whatever, and you're like, yes, you. So it's been on my mind. And my friend Josh, during the festive period, we're having a conversation, and he's like, yo, Tari, why is it that when we got married, it's as if our single friends just like get out, like they ostracize the married folks, like you are not part of your life anymore. Why is that? So he's like, friendship should be not limited to just because I'm married and it stops. And I'm like, yes, that's a good point. But for me and the people that has been in my life, they just kind of like make it so difficult to reach out to your married friends, because you start receiving cold shoulder. Like I'm dating with my friend and she's like, oh, Tari, I'm coming. I have to look my husband. I'm like, hey, she be before we used to gist. Now every small thing is my husband, my children. Auntie, calm down, take a chill pill. Then my male married friends, I still maintain some sort of friendship with them, but you get to see a point where they are scared to even talk to you because the society now connotes it that, okay, maybe he's having something with this girl. So it's draining. For someone that would like to build intentional friendship like myself, I don't see why I can't keep my married male friends and married female friends. Now, for a lady, in the female folk, it's even more difficult to make sense of all of these things. So I decided to just bring them here. All of you, please come and carry the floor and help with this thing. So first, I'm going to just ask the question. Did you have married friends that sing? Do you have married friends, male and female?
I do.
You do.
I do.
Victor, do you have married friends, male single?
Of course, sure I do.
Martha, do you have single friends,
I
rather?
do.
You have. Do you have single friends?
Ain't you single?
As a married man, do you have single female friends?
Yeah, the
and
I wanted to
single-
ask you that question. If
Yes.
you're single.
Yes, single female friends
Single
and
female
single
friends.
male friends.
Yes, I do.
Okay, you do.
I do.
All right. So now, Eddie, I remember us having this conversation, and you're like, I don't understand why your friends get married and you start behaving a certain way.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's only myself that you have a friend, they are married now, and they just start behaving and like, this is not the person I used to know. This is not. I can easily call Folake, for example, and say, okay, babe, let's talk about stuff. And the next thing Folake is like, maybe she responds to my message 3 days later. And this is the same Folake that on a normal day we chat.
Yeah.
So is it that I'm losing my friends now, or please people should help me?
So I think it's a common thing for people to get married. In fact, it has become a normal thing for people to get married and, will I say, abandon their friends. I think abandon is the word I'd like to use, because I know you're married. Oh, priorities have changed. But what happened to friendship? What happened to friendship? Because you cannot be friends with only your spouse for the rest of your life. Chances are you will run mad. Those are the chances. You will run mad. And it was for like a single girl. You had a guy that you were very, very close to, and then he gets married, and now you can't even talk to him again, because probably you and the wife are the guy's wife now are not that close, as close as you and your friend. And then you say, if you even think about, oh, can we hang out for drinks, something as innocent as a milkshake, let's not put alcohol in the mix, so that you won't say alcohol made me.
You even tried. You even went as far as drinks.
Something so innocent. So I feel like, is it that when people get married, automatically their minds become perverted? That the only kind of friend my husband can. Okay, if my husband has a female friend, it means
They are sleeping together.
you want to sleep with the person. So I don't know. I'm very, very happy to be here with married people, because I need answers.
Yes,
I
we need answers. Right, justice for single folks.
and then when you want to say something, they're like, oh, you have to understand my I don't even want to use my priorities have changed. Oh, I'm busy with this, I'm busy with that. Okay, I'm busy too.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm a very, very busy woman.
Hey,
But this is friendship. You shouldn't just push me aside because
you are married.
and then when you now refuse to, I would say when you are, let's say, I don't want to use complain, but when you have an objection, you now suddenly become a witch.
Yes, you're the bad person. I don't want their marriage to work.
So please tell me, when you get married, maybe we should just have it, this written. We don't even want unwritten code. Written code. Once you are married, leave me alone.
You know why? This is all coming up. He is the real person that is accusing me.
Interesting.
Yes, it's the person that is accusing me that is us that is to abandon them. And I'm like, hello, sir. It's me that is to abandon. When we are actively looking to reach out, but there's just this cloud of, Auntie, Oga, we don't understand it. And for someone like me, if I try to reach out to you and you just keep telling me you're busy, whatever priorities you have, I will cut off. I will just, because you told me you're busy means, okay, Tari, I am not available to you. So I will respect myself. The small dignity that I have left, I will respect myself and just keep to myself.
As with every friendship, I always say every friendship has, boundaries. Even with your spouse, there are boundaries. People say, there are boundaries. For friendship with the opposite sex, no, it's easy for you to say because in no time you get married, and then next thing, before you know, it just happens, just creeps into you.
You know, time you get married. So.
It just creeps into you. Before you know, you start auditing your husband's friends for some funny reasons that he himself cannot explain. This thing just happens, it just creeps on you. I remember having this conversation before I got married, my wife. And if you've known me for say 10, 15 years, you've not known me that long. I'm a very outspoken person. I'm easygoing. I make friends a lot, and I'm a spontaneous dude when it comes to friendship. And I spoke to my friend. I said, "They were married, still dating." I'm like, "So how do you get to manage or handle the fact that I'm open to lots of persons and lots of persons are open to me?" No, at that initial stage, everything was cool. Everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay. And we got married. No spoken words, but I could sense some body language for the opposite sex
Yeah.
in my circle. Now, for me to respect her and respect my marriage, I didn't have to go to any of my friends and say, "Oh no, we can't be friends anymore," right?
Yeah.
Priorities change, like you said. I was just not relatively as available as I would on a normal day.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I shut them out of my life. We still get to talk time to time, except for maybe one or two that she wasn't particularly very favorite, and she clearly and expressly said, "See, this person, that person, this person, I'm not comfortable with." She's not saying stop being friends with them. Probably she's just saying the proximity, this and that, and they also sensed or could feel it and also retrieved. But that's not the crux of the matter. I remember talking with Tari. I don't remember Tari ever saying hello, hi, Josh, what's up, anything. But anytime we reach out to Tari, "Hey, man of God, you abandoned me," and I'm wondering, I'm like, hey. I'm like, hey, be careful. Then she'd be like, "Oh, I've been catching up on your WhatsApp status," and I'm like, "I'll start reaching out to me." You're like, married people before we come. I'm like, "You guys always judge us."
Because that's the
No, we're being judged.
See, that is the impression. That's
We're being
how
judged before.
it's based
No,
on years of
let's even leave. Let's even
yes,
leave. Let's even
5 years of
leave.
experience.
Sorry, excuse me. Let's even leave the opposite sex thing. Now let's
Okay.
come to same sex or females. Now I remember our first week of marriage, my wife's friend that I sent in messages and stuff that my wife had not responded to. You know, you have lots of persons saying congratulations, this one, that one, so many things, and then we had trip to catch. We had to greet the parents, the uncles and the aunties,
Yeah.
do a little getaway before we move back to Abuja. It was just a lot to deal with. And here are her friends already judging her for not being accessible. Chichi, you've changed in just how many weeks of being married? You're not even responding to our messages. You know, that brings a bit of friction. And that friction, if not well handled, can just push you guys apart. I remember I had to step in, stop to our friends, hey, it's not what you think. You guys just sit down, just settle this over a drink. And if that was not settled in good time, it will bring a gap. Now, I remember talking to a friend sometime. I went for an event, I had to cook for a wedding somewhere. And we're talking, and she was like, that she wishes she has friends like this. And I'm like, what happened to your friends? Then she married though, everybody just are married friends or single friends, and most of our friends are single, everybody's just busy. And like, it depends on the energy you put in cultivating these relationships. Now, you girls used to do guest night out, this one and that one. It still goes on, but it don't just involve you anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe the few times they did, you were inaccessible or something. What have you done to nurture that friendship? So it's a two-way thing. Stop clapping your hand because you have your own. Because you guys place the expectations you place on married folks sometimes are just over the roof. Sometimes you judge us.
Nothing over
Hold on. Sometimes you judge us.
Normal conversation that you want to have.
Have you understood this thing where? Sorry,
Let me
hold
allow
on.
you finish.
The first few years of giving birth and nurturing the children, you know how tight it was for you to meet up with school runs, to meet up. Hold on. Before you go there, sorry, I'm taking too much time on this.
Yes.
I love to cook,
Thank you.
and if you ask my wife for the 4 years because we've been married, I still do the cooking gladly.
Well done.
So there's no case of her telling you, "Oh, I'm cooking for my husband," and this, but there are other issues that she may be dealing with as a person.
Everybody deals with issues.
I think
let's
I think we should cut married people some slack. I don't want to agree with what you said. You used the word abandon. So I don't think it's abandoned.
That's why I'm trying not to use the word.
Okay. So what happens is, what I think happens, I'm not married, is
Choose you this
It's not for all it is. We're being understanding. Don't be biased. You're being biased. Allow him to talk. Off your mic.
Before you even go
I'm listening.
let's get your own side of the picture. Do you have married friends that are guys or ladies that because they're not married now,
Yeah.
what Eddie said and what I'm saying has happened to you? Let's have a there first.
Okay, yeah. Actually, I have married friends. So normally I just respect myself. Once I notice that a girl, like for females opposite sex, once I notice that a girl is married, what I do, I just give her that space. We call it self-respect. I don't know, there's another name for it. So when I give her that space, then she just enjoys her business. I cannot have the kind of relationship I had with you or friendship we had when you were not married. I cannot tell you to go out with me just like that.
No, for opposite sex
Yes.
it's quite different.
Yeah.
But my question that you have not answered
yeah.
now, have you at any
Yeah.
time have a male friend
Yeah.
or a female friend
Yeah.
that is now married
Mhm.
and they treated you some sort of way that you
No,
didn't like?
no,
You
I
never had
don't know. No, I never had that. Enjoyed. I enjoyed. Maybe I have good friends. Maybe I have very good friends.
Place the part. But anyways, I'm going to cut him some slack because he's a guy and it's easier for guys. It's a lot, yes, it's a lot difficult for females. And I will share my own.
Aww.
Still explaining it.
Now you are saying this.
Yeah.
Now understand it's personal.
Okay, so I would like to say it's a bit of a misunderstanding on both ways.
God bless you. Not that the man.
The married are misunderstood and the singles are also
Thank you.
misunderstood. I was once single, by the way, and I had married friends. Because of my nature, I grew up and I'm from the big side, so I was very big. So most of my friends growing up were far older than me, and then I noticed they got married earlier than I did, like far before me, And I noticed what you were saying, and at some point in our relationship, we're able to bridge the gap. And how did we bridge the gap? Which brings me to my first what to say about this. When you have married friends like that, it's only important that you introduce yourself to each other.
To you and your friend.
Your friend, yes. You reintroduce yourself to each other because first of all, you are no longer just Grace Oguche that you used to know.
Yeah.
I am now Grace King Ayega. Do you understand? And I am no longer just me. Something has been added to me that has made me one. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So there's something that is already with me that I will not do anything on my own accord anymore. Right? So when we reintroduce ourselves to each other, we get to tell ourselves, men, you know these things. I have to take care of my first baby,
Absolutely.
who is the husband now.
Absolutely.
Right? I get to take care of myself. Then I was doing it alone, but now I'm doing it for two. So the times I had to have fun, hang out, and all of that is minimized. I am not saying cut off from me. And I want to say that most of them are not saying cut off from me. I have friends as well, like I said, and I've been through all these phases you just described, right? I have a friend, she lived with me. For the most part, I stayed in Abuja. Fortunately, when I came into town, I was favored. So I've always had accommodation. Do you understand? So she lived with me until I got married. When I got married, my husband was not in Abuja. So she was still living with me till the first 2 years of our marriage. Because I go there, he comes in, and most times he had a different place he stays.
Okay.
So she was like in that house and all of that, right? So at some point, when I noticed my husband came back to Abuja, she withdrew on her own. I miss that relationship. I miss it a lot. And in my own way, I try so much to bring her closer. But I now realize that maybe, of course, like what you are feeling. And I had to tell her, look, baby, I am no longer a single lady like you think, I have 2 heads I'm caring for now. My husband doesn't have anything against you. It's just that now we are no longer going to be doing the things we used to do like we do them. But trust me, anytime I have that window, we are going to flow in it, right? That is one of the misunderstandings that should be cleared. Then you as a single lady, you should know that this person has taken she's entered into another phase of her life.
Yeah.
And this phase, it's not going to be, yes, I understand that sometimes you just feel like, because I actually called her, I called her and we spoke about it. So that's why I understand where she was coming from. And I had to tell her what it is now, So when you see your married friend, sometimes it's just the communication gap. It's the communication gap.
And if you have friend access.
Yes, you people sit around you, talk about it. Babe, see you, this. And sometimes I call them, I say, I miss you, babe. And they say, oh, I miss you too. Can we hang out? We fix a date. We still hang out. And of course, she knows because I'm sure she sees me once in a while on my deep status and all that. I still hang out with my single friends. Then on the opposite sex side, I think it has to do mainly with your spouse. And you have to respect it. You have to respect it. And those things come about because even on the same sex thing, right? Because if I begin to tell my husband negative thing about Bibi, of course, he's going to want me to put off from her.
You have said the one that I was coming to. So he wants that their friends. I was telling you, me and her were friends, for example. I like to wear short clothes. It's just who I am. I'm not irresponsible. So I'm coming to God. So you do see inside you continue. Because let's say for example, I had a friend. Let's say she's the person that's my friend. So we hang out. I want to go to this party. I'm like, oh guys, let's go on this. Let's go for both cruise and everything. She's now marrying her husband. Then I understand your husband. They say your spouse is your best friend. I mean, I understand. I'm not the one that want to come between you. No, I don't do my best. No problem. But maybe we have some misunderstanding. You now and tell your husband, oh, Tyree is Tyree. You will forget that your husband don't know me the way you know me. Then tomorrow, your husband will see me and say, I don't like that girl. The reason I don't like that girl is because of this.